On my wedding day, my mother sent me a text, "Don't count on anyone showing up." Later, I saw the photo, all of them together on some private beach in Hawaii, smiling, drinks in hand, the caption reading, "Finally united." I replied with one message, "Right on schedule." That night, I signed my name off the company charter and locked every shared expense account. A week later, my father was pounding at my door, his face burning red. I opened it, sipped my coffee, and said, "At this point, I don't even know what to call them, because family? That word doesn't fit anymore. You don't skip your son's wedding and still get to claim that title. You don't clink champagne glasses on a sunny shoreline, post a group photo with #FamilyForever while your only son exchanges vows, and still call that love. Whatever they are to me now, it's not family." That ended when I saw that picture. Rewind. That morning I was in the tiny dressing room of our coastal lodge venue, not luxurious, but peaceful. Adjusting my cufflinks, phone buzzed. A message from my mom, "Don't expect anyone to come. Good luck." No punctuation, no explanation, just that. I stared at it for a full minute, convinced it was a mistake. Checked the number twice, restarted my phone hoping I'd misread. But no, that was her send-off. Down the hall, my fiancée, Rachel, was getting ready. She didn't know. She thought my family was running late. I never told her how they really felt about her. When we got engaged, my mom called her rough around the edges. My dad said she wasn't a strategic choice. Who even talks like that outside arranged marriages or corporate mergers? They didn't like that her dad worked construction, her mom stocked shelves, that she came from a small town. They smiled in public and belittled her in private. I thought maybe, just maybe, they'd soften with time. They didn't. The ceremony began. The seats on my side, empty. Not one text from my sister, Anna, the same sister who once said I saved her life during her divorce. She couldn't even send an excuse. But Rachel? She glowed. She smiled like she had the whole world figured out. I locked in on her and refused to let them ruin it. We exchanged vows, kissed, the crowd cheered. The reception was small but joyful. Her family danced all night. Our friends toasted us with cheap champagne. Nobody asked why my family's chairs sat empty. Maybe they assumed something came up. Later that night, I stepped outside for a beer. That's when I saw it. My cousin posted a photo, no privacy settings. There they all were, my parents, Anna, her husband, 2 aunts, even my dad's business partner, on a beach in Maui, arms around each other, glowing tans, sunglasses, sundresses, wine glasses raised, like some travel magazine ad. Caption, "Finally together. Love always wins." They hadn't just skipped my wedding. They planned a parallel event, a family trip without me, on the exact same day, posted for me to find. I walked back inside, kissed Rachel, and danced until midnight. Then I went silent. Monday, I arrived at the office. Still had full control, admin keys, accounts, assets. By noon, I withdrew from the company charter. By 4, I froze every family-linked corporate account. Flights, fuel, hotels, cards. I timed it so it would hit them mid-trip. That evening, the family chat exploded. My dad, my sister, calls buzzing nonstop. I ignored them, ate leftover cake with Rachel, and sent one message, perfect timing. Then I turned off my phone and opened a bottle of wine. Within days, the cracks showed. Missed payments, canceled perks, overdue invoices. My sister's new suburban house, one I'd quietly co-signed for, started slipping. She begged me to step in. I said nothing. My father eventually showed up at my condo, furious, yelling about how I'd humiliated him, left them scrambling mid-vacation, forced them to use personal cards. I stood there, coffee in hand, calm. I told him, "You made your choice." The rage shifted into pleading. He called it a misunderstanding, claimed missing one event shouldn't tear a family apart, said I owed him everything, that without him I was nothing. That's when I realized we were never speaking the same language. I told him the company changes were permanent. If they wanted the business whole, they could buy back my shares at full market price. Then I closed the door on his shouting. Over the weeks, I stripped away every shared tie, joint accounts, guarantees, auto-pays. The safety net was gone. They flailed. No apology, just panic and entitlement. Then the lawsuits came. Accusations of sabotage, betrayal. My attorney, Clara, read through the papers and said flatly, "They're trying to box you in before they collapse." I let them collapse. By spring, the business was gone, quietly folded. No headlines, no rescue. My sister's LinkedIn disappeared after I warned her not to use my name. My father sent one last letter full of excuses, ending with, "We were right to protect the family from outsiders." Even after everything, he still saw Rachel as the problem. I threw the letter away. Rachel and I moved. New apartment, big windows, bright kitchen. Life settled into something steady, real. That summer, we road-tripped without plans. By a lake one night, Rachel asked if I'd ever speak to them again. I told her they already said goodbye. They just didn't realize it. Almost a year later, I got an email from David Ellis, a trust lawyer. Turns out my grandfather, the only one on that side who ever truly cared, had left a contingency trust. The condition? No involvement with the family business. I'd fulfilled it. Within a week, it was confirmed. Properties, investments, even a collection of artwork I never knew about. And a typed note from him. If they ever choose themselves over, you walk away and don't turn back. I'll be waiting on the other side. Rachel cried when I told her. Not for the money, but because finally someone from my bloodline had chosen us. Now we're building something new. Not out of revenge, not out of legacy, just loyalty, love, and the courage to leave.